Yes.
Otaku Talk Nation. We're coming at you live with out of pocket opinions on your favorite anime, games, and more. My name is Spudnik, chilling here with the Black Up, Savage Otaku, and Coach Light. Let's do it.
Doing well. I'm good.
Making it. Yeah, yeah.
It's Super Bowl Sunday, and I don't give a shit this year.
Yeah.
Dude, you want to talk about the mother of all bets I wish I would have made? I think it was 2008. You remember what the only time the Seahawks actually won the Super Bowl? Okay, I knew they were going to win by at least 30 points on the first game of preseason. And I wish I would have made that bet because I obviously would have got it. But I told everyone Seahawks are taking it this year at least by 30 because their defense was disgusting.
Oh,
Legion of Boom is still the greatest defense of all time.
yeah.
Sorry, that's sports, not anime, but why haven't they made an American sports anime?
Why haven't they?
Well, Fooly Cooley had a ton of baseball references because baseball is huge in Japan.
True.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, considering how big the North American audience has gotten for anime,
Mhm.
why don't they give us some American sports animes? Like, I would love to see them tackle American football, if you'll forgive the pun. But do it so like make it some sort of like blood sport.
Okay. Sure. Voice actors. Come on.
Well, I
Voice.
mean, it's right up their alley. It's just a bunch of shouting. You know, you guys know how I feel about most Japanese voice actors.
Mhm. Some were good
Now,
though. Some are good.
no, actually, the number has been growing exponentially of not just good but great Japanese voice actors. I'm actually watching more in
Mhm.
sub than dub right now. And especially, we were talking about this earlier, Solo Leveling. I refuse to watch that in English because, well, all right, I'll wait.
Mhm.
Okay. Really? I think that's the first time Adult Swim or Cartoon Network has had a, what do you call it, simulcast on their network.
Mm-mm.
No, I was going to
It's
say they've
not.
done it before.
They've done it before.
When?
Toonami's done it a couple times. I think Space Dandy was one too.
No, Space Dandy, they didn't pick that up until it had been out for a while.
No, they were announcing they were not here at the time. Hold on, I can even pull it up. They definitely were. That was one of the promotions for Space Dandy. Actually, was that it was going to air here at the same time it was airing there. Wait, no, hold. Well, simulcasting. Hold on, I'll pull up a list right now for everybody. Where?
Oh God, it's a lot newer than I thought it was. I thought
Yeah.
2014 in the 2014 in the U.S. Oh, that's weird. It actually was an actual simulcast. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I take it back.
Simulcasted on.
All right. To be honest, I forgot about Space Dandy.
I mean, I think that was their first time they did it. Was with Space Dandy.
Dude, honestly, you're
It's
not
not for
missing
everybody.
much. It's a mix of Lupin the Third and Bobo Bo Bobo Bobo Bo.
It's not for everybody.
Bo.
Wait, you hate Lupin? You do? Okay, that's fair. I mean, don't get me wrong. I watched the whole thing, but yeah, I mean, it was super goofy. But like, it is so hard to be grumpy watching that show.
I can see that.
I watched it so I could talk on that. So we can discuss.
Yep. Let me hear those.
Well, for the first time, everyone's not like children. That's a benefit because the because before every I just watched somebody even discussing on YouTube recently that almost every single thing he did that Arthur artist did, everyone was a kid. Meliodas was a kid design. No one was really adult drawn, and it was kind of weird because Like I didn't realize how bad Seven Deadly Sins was until I realized out of context. Even with context, I'm not that much better. But looking back on it, you're like, okay, this is actually kind of cringe.
Yeah,
In
that's
a, in a, in
honestly
a bad.
that's why I've never seen it, is because like just looking at it going like I don't want to see this.
I mean, because you have a. Mhm. He, yeah,
But he doesn't look like an
okay, but
adult.
that's not the issue though. The issue is that yeah, they are adults, but they look
But
like
they
kids.
they look
Yeah.
they
Like
yeah they don't.
Bond literally is he is a grown ass man, but his the woman he loved looked like a child, and she
Yep.
had to look like that. She could have changed how she looked. King did it all the time.
I probably would have watched it if it was mostly about Escanor.
But that's the thing. Escanor, who liked my fault, but the thing about Escanor too is because Escanor like more what you call it more isn't it Morgan? Merlin, there we go.
It's
Like Merlin, and
yeah.
Merlin was never she was a kid too.
Yeah,
Technically.
well,
She never aged. We found out
yeah,
later.
yeah.
Her actual true identity. Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but you wouldn't say it to his face though.
I would. He's
that,
the lion sin of pride. He'd be proud of that.
I don't think so. I don't think he would be.
Remember, Merlin said, "Help me," and then he was like, "Why should I help you?"
Exactly.
And I'm like, "You're not demanding me." They were supposed to be fighting together, and he said, "You're not telling me what to do." Yeah, I don't know. So
Let's just put this out there. There's nothing wrong with being a simp for the right cause.
Okay, but his cause wasn't of justice. He wasn't a simp for the right cause by any means.
I don't know. There's something to be said about narcissism that you can back up.
that man could flick you off the tip of his finger,
Yep.
kill you.
Yes.
See, that's what. But no, because see, that's part of the issue right there. It's funny you brought that up, is because yeah, he kind of was, but that's what made it even weirder because he technically, because some people consider him a groomer, but you can't really groom. Well, I mean, technically, I guess you could because his girlfriend or his love interest, spoiler alert, died repeatedly, so she kept being reborn. So even though he never aged, technically, she would die and then be reborn, which means he would always be with her, almost like a father figure in a way, which is kind of creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy,
Like,
and
not
again,
even kind of.
it's why I never really watched it. I've seen clips of it, and that's good enough for me.
It's a good series. It just has moments.
He gave that up. Remember, he said last stream we talked about this. He said he was retiring from that.
I did hear that. Now oh yeah, if they season 3 it, I'm out. But
they are. They are. Yeah,
I do think there's some valid reasons for the older mind, younger body, why that's acceptable, but
they didn't do it right.
such a no, they really didn't. Let's put it this way: the first season is sketchy as shit. The second season is actually pretty good.
No, second season was good. 100%, I agree with that.
But you can't understand the second season without the first. So like I'll probably wait for some clips to come out, and if they go sketchy with it, I'm out. Well, but he refuses to have that kind of relationship with her because he sees her as a daughter.
Yep.
Well, it's actually kind of tropey at this point, where they're technically close enough in age, but like it would still be weird. So they go, oh no, we're family. We can't have that kind of relationship.
If you think about it, Raftalia though, she wants this.
Well,
he don't want it like that because he looks at like he raised her, which he did in a way.
The thing to remember though is we don't actually know how old Raftalia is because they only grow up by leveling. Well, they grow up by leveling, not by age.
Right. So that's the only downfall.
Actually, we do. Hold on, I can pull it up how old she is.
Oh well, I forget about that.
Because I think go ahead.
It's in the manga, dude. Isn't she 16 or 17, right?
She is, because like I think because she's like I forget, like like an animal technically. Like she
Yeah.
her
Mm.
Throw it out there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which Trigun? Yes. There is no stampede in Ba Sing Se. No, you're not going to persuade me away from this. It didn't happen. It doesn't exist. There is no stampede in Ba Sing Se. Nope, doesn't exist. It doesn't exist like the Aragon movie, like the last Avatar movie. Never happened.
How old she is?
Nope.
Hey
Nope.
guys,
What are they talking about? Doesn't exist.
Raftalia
How old
is
is
10 years
Raftalia?
old.
That
And
can't be right. That
Nope.
can't be right.
Okay, so because she's a demi-human, and like you said, she matures by leveling up. Right now, currently, her body is like 16 to 18 with her mentality, obviously. But her age was 10 when he met her.
Her age was 10.
That's weird.
So
you.
her age is 10, but her mental maturity is 16 to 18, which now
Yeah.
obviously matches her body because the levels made her get bigger.
See,
All
she
right.
was originally 10 years old and 10 years old mentality, but like you said, as she leveled, her mentality grew.
They made it seem like she was a lot older.
Well, I mean, she's technically the oldest in that group of his.
I actually
people.
found
Like,
her actual age as of now
Yeah.
with the whole thing going through. She is 17 years old. It says it right here on the
And was it now from
forums.
he's what, like 19?
Technically.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. Mm. Oh yeah, this is good news. I remember this. Yep. Yeah, if you've bought anything. Which really, we really need to start advocating for rights of digital ownership because this is getting ridiculous.
I mean, if you buy it from somewhere else, like prime example, I can, if you guys want to, because this doesn't break any, this doesn't cause any issues. Hold on. Where's my controller at? Oh, there it is. Cool. If you go to where I'm streaming, because that's my PlayStation menu.
I don't know what's going on.
His screen, he's showing his screen.
My screen share. Because this is perfect. This is a perfect example. All right, there we go. So, wait, can you guys see right now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, if people recall with PlayStation at least, right?
Okay.
Wait, is it airing it right now, or is there a delay? No, I'm saying when you guys see it, what are you looking at? Is it up or is it doing something?
It's loading.
Yeah, loading for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't have the circling boxes?
Let me
I do.
turn it
Oh,
back.
stream ended.
Yeah, he's gonna reset it.
All right.
His camera.
Yeah, his camera just went too.
That was wild. Okay, did I leave?
You did.
Yeah.
That was the wild thing. Yeah. No, we're good now. That was wild as hell. But okay.
Please bear with us while we experience technical difficulties.
That happens.
All right.
There we go. Now it's up. Okay. So.
Oh, there we go.
History lesson for people watching. Yes, this is, if you don't know, it's the PlayStation 5, but it doesn't really matter in this in the contextually what we're doing. But PlayStation used to have their own service for videos, and then they got rid of it. Now, the thing about that is that a lot of the purchases people made were like, well, where are those going to go? Since PlayStation closed the whole server.
Yeah, I think Sony actually got sued because of that, didn't they?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. If you look, right, This is my personal video library, the stuff I bought when they had the marketplace. They don't have it anymore. But this is all stuff I purchased before
Your
they got rid of it.
screen's what's
So,
happening with Discord? It's loading on my end.
I'm
oh,
still good.
all right. So you guys can see. If you go back,
Wait a minute.
you get.
I saw the word stampede, and I was about to have words with you, but it's not what I thought. Yep.
I'm good now.
All right. So if you look, everyone can see everything, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you go back, because there was a show. Again, this was an original PlayStation show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna play it. I'm just trying to open up the thing to show. Because if you look at you can see the year 2015. We're obviously not gonna play it. But the point I'm trying to show is that that's when that came out, and I still have access to it in 2024. Even though it's something digital and that no longer exists. Like this show was a PlayStation original show that no longer is available. Like
if you delete that though, you'd never be able to get that back.
But that's the thing. It's not technically here. I can't delete it because I don't like on my PlayStation 3. I could download this, yes, but this is my PS3. It's my PS5, so I can't download these videos. These are all streaming.
Okay, so maybe they have account. I guess it's a little different when you're going across, the Sonyverse.
Well, I'm just saying though that they could do something similar to what they did, where they got rid of that. PlayStation doesn't have the video, but
keep your shit,
but I can still keep. Yeah, that's why I'm saying Funimation just something like that. Because if you look, I have Funimation videos like Dragon Ball Z, Senran Kagura. These are Funimation properties, but I didn't buy them though. But I didn't buy them through Funimation. That's the thing.
So it's all about what it comes down to is it's about licensing and the licenses that they had for that digital content to sell to you. When those expire, technically you lose your use license.
But you know what's funny about that though? Because I'm glad you also brought that up because the Shonen Jump games are no longer available, correct?
Yep.
But
you still have.
Yeah, but if I go back to my library, I can still download them because I purchased them. As you can see, Jump Force is still here.
Well, that means that Sony.
The other one, no, they don't.
That means that Sony retained a license.
Well, they don't technically have license to it because it's no longer. You can't buy it. If you were to try to
go, right? But they still,
now,
as long as anyone exists in the Sonyverse that has the game as purchased, Sony has to maintain a use license. That's
I have it downloaded already. That's the thing. So I don't think they could take it away from me if they wanted to. Because
they could, but Sony's already been sued for pulling people's stuff that they purchased. So they're going to have to stick with it for a while. But with the Funimation Crunchyroll merger, technically Crunchyroll has to honor all purchases of the company they're absorbing, but they might not do that because that's Japan. This is the U.S. Different laws.
See this? Can't get this ever. And if you look it up, it doesn't exist. But I don't think you can though get it though. That's the thing. Like, no. Yeah. Well, I mean, I have it downloaded. I could play it, but I'm just.
Yep.
Well,
but if you do digital and you give people the rights to it, still, right? Because like our argument, like my argument, I feel still stands. Like for example, with this is a perfect example. I can still play this game. It will still turn on. It will still run. I mean, like
it's because Sony has to maintain a use license, and you might be the only person in the entire network that has that. But so long as you maintain your Sony account.
Well, hold on a second. Let's just track something real quick. I just want to see if it even turns on.
Well, probably have to turn off your stream for that because we don't want to get banned.
No, you can cut my stream off. Yeah, go ahead. I just want to see if it turns on. Yeah, cut that out. I don't think we get banned for a game though, but just in case.
That's interesting. Could we get banned for a game that doesn't technically exist anymore?
I don't think you could. Even if it... No, it runs, guys. You can still play it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it's because it's J-Stars, because people play J-Stars all the time. So there's no way they could really ban someone for playing J-Stars. No,
Yeah.
you're not wrong. I had a video on YouTube get my skit I did on my voiceover for Naruto happened to that when I did a Shippuden thing, which is wild because other people done the same thing and their shit's up, but mine's is not, which is cat. Oh, not all of
I
them
mean,
though.
it's a very personal question to
Not
ask.
all. Not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh shit, God.
That's actually
Yeah.
why I'm a huge proponent for emulators and ROMs. Like,
Yep.
I do understand that it's technically illegal,
Not
but
if you own it.
well, I mean that's where it gets into the gray area because it's like, okay, I did purchase a copy, but now I also have a copy that they can't control.
Yeah.
So
You created a ROM from your game. There you go. You got a ROM. Yep. There you go. See.
Wind Waker. Honestly, dude, like I'll be honest with you, it was worth it. I got Tears of the Kingdom, and I didn't like it as much as I did
Breath of the Wild.
not Breath of the Wild. I liked Breath
Yeah.
of the Wild more, but Tears of the Kingdom was definitely worth the money.
It had better building.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that's too much. I wouldn't. I'll wait for the Game of the Year edition on that one.
No, that's part of it.
That's part of the nation, man.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of new games, there is a new game
What is
that
it?
I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
Is it still-
Helldivers.
Oh,
Helldivers.
sorry.
So this just launched yesterday, and it's like if Starship Troopers and the old AVP game, like if that had a baby, it looks so fucking good. I don't know if anyone's a shooter fan. I know
Helldivers
you
2?
guys are, but
Or 1?
Helldiver 2. So I've seen it played at this point, and I'm going to be playing it later today, and it looks awesome. Now it got a massive day one update, so make sure that you actually update the game because the alpha version of it was god awful. But with the new update, it's actually playable. It's a lot of fun.
It looks like a almost like a third person.
It is third person.
Yeah, no, I said it looks like a third person. Oh, I can't even think of the game. It's definitely a shooter. It's like a looter shooter.
What's up? Mm.
How much is it? I actually like Anthem now.
Yeah, I never
just
got into
fuck shit
Anthem.
up.
You and 7 other people.
Yeah, I did like it. It was actually good. They just fucked shit
and
up.
7 other people.
It sucked. I'm not. Ooh.
Never.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. Yeah, me too. I played it in alpha. I know. They promised shit and they never went through with it. We know. That's why you had so many people quit it, and that's why I never went back to it either, even though I liked the game.
If we're going to talk about games making promises, we should give a good shout out to Enshrouded because they are doing
good.
They have definitely lived up to all the promises. It's amazing. I haven't got it. I haven't
Yeah.
gotten it yet, but it looks good.
Okay, well, they've also just did a massive overhaul on servers and updates,
I
and
did
it's
see
also
that.
becoming where I played it. I don't know if y'all knew, but I got completely banned from Pal World.
No,
No.
really.
So they found a glitch in the game,
Mhm.
and I abused it.
Okay.
Not which one. I found an original glitch first, where I could run around, and it gave me maxed out stats on my character.
All
Okay,
right.
I literally all I did was I didn't know this before there was like an update where you could catch like the boss pals in the towers. This was
Mm-hmm.
before that, right? Because that wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
I was playing with a buddy of mine. We were playing in a dedicated server. We paid for this server.
Okay.
The only thing we can do is like increase times, like something like you could do in the game. So like increase times for your eggs to hatch, have increased health, basic stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't add stat points, things like that. So we're running around and we're fighting. They're considered like the bandits in the game.
Yeah.
You know, they're everywhere, and they shoot one of the like midfield bosses, like out in the open world, like the open world bosses.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy decides to throw a PAL sphere at it to see if he can catch it with the hypersphere. It's one of the red spheres. It's like one of the higher. He catches it instantly. Just one taps it.
Nice.
That's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to hurt it to catch it. Okay. Well, then we go around and I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it too. We went to another. I just throw a PAL sphere. I instant catch it. The game broke on us. So we're running around just catching shit left and right. We're going and making PAL sphere and just using basic blue ones. We went and caught every major boss, every major character in the game. We were having fun, having a blast. We were flying around on everything. That was not supposed to happen just yet. We were max level at 50, and we also had max stats at 99999. Oh, in Pal World? Yeah. Yeah, the assembly lines, bro.
And
Oh,
sell
yeah.
them.
Yeah, the humans.
That doesn't make you a slave trader. That makes you an entrepreneur.
So, but yeah, so I got a notification on my screen because they thought we were hacking, even though we're just playing the game to have fun. And I'm like, okay. I responded back. I said, no, there's a glitch where if you do certain things, well, then what was it? A week later, you had where you could capture the fucking like training bosses, like the trainers.
Yeah.
So like like in Pokemon, you would have like the tower trainers, right? Or the what's it called in Pokemon? I'm sorry, where you get your badges, like the gym badges, like gym trainers,
gyms.
gym leaders.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's 5 of those in Power World right now until the new shit comes out. Anyways, we caught all of them. And they banned me completely from Power World. IP server banned. They said, we will notify you when you get unbanned. I was like, okay, dokie. I said, I was just playing your game. You fucked it up, not me. I'm playing your game.
Honestly, I think it's pretty ballsy of a company that literally had no idea how to make a game when they started to ban anybody for glitch exploitation.
I'm not the only one.
Oh no, I know. I've seen tons of people that have used that same glitch.
No, I'm saying I'm not the only one who got banned already.
But still, it's really ballsy for people who have never made a game, especially in Unreal, to go, "Oh, you're cheating." It's like, yeah, fuck you. You don't know what you're doing.
Well, when we explained, they understood, but they said we abused it too much. They want basically what they're stating is they're gonna patch some shit, they'll unban us.
Any game that is not competitive in nature should not.
But they are. No, but they are. They're making it a cross-platform. Hold on. Yeah, but they're making it cross-platform. Okay. Right? Even undedicated. They're allowing you to invite players from all over to join on your dedicated and actually battle each other. This is not. That's a little
different.
So this is a new update coming to Field later on, But the reason I got banned and what it notified on my screen, I think I even took a picture on my phone. I'll have to send it later. Because my buddy got banned too. Like we were in the same dedicated server.
Yeah.
We're not allowed back on it until they patch shit. And they just did a patch, so we're waiting to see if we get unbanned or because I'm in a full server with people on another dedicated, and they're like, "Where the hell did you go? I can't play no more, guys. I'm sorry, I got banned." They're like, "Is it because of all your characters?" I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit." So it happens, but keep it going.
Yeah.
Well, I have news.
Uh-oh.
Lost Savage. And
There
he's
he
back.
is. Welcome back.
What is?
What happened?
No.
Oh.
I don't know.
Marshall Masters.
It's a long run. Marshall Mathers, Kasumi?
Not Masters.
Because I mean, that'd be a whole different kind of anime. I'd watch that.
Who's Stellar Blade?
Mm.
Okay.
Free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to keep going down. I don't think that One Piece is. I don't think it has what it takes to retain its top spot for much longer.
That it's because that a lot of people were upset with certain things that happened in the most recent episodes.
Right.
I'm
Which
sure when
means
they
they're going a certain direction that the people don't like, and
no, it's
hopefully
just
they don't.
nah. It's more about just they don't. People are gonna come back when they get to the plot they want to see. Remember, everybody who's been reading this is chapters ahead of what's going on right now. They already seen
That's
this
true.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like so, when it gets to their favorite part, I'm sure everybody
They're
will go
pretty
right
sure.
back up again. At that point.
If they knew it was coming, then why did they care?
But first of all, One Piece makes so much money or prints so much money at this point. It doesn't matter whether they're 8th, 10th, or 1st. It doesn't. They're constantly
So
still
you're
up
saying
there
the
with.
real One Piece is the millions of suckers worldwide just throwing money to Oda.
Well, I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't say that. But I mean,
I
like
did say out of pocket opinions at the beginning, did I
that's
not?
perfectly fine. But I'm gonna argue as a One Piece fan that like they make their money off the manga and merchandise sales more than
Hey,
anything. The show
I throw
the
tons of money
show
at dead anime, so I am not one to talk.
Yeah, but the show itself doesn't really matter. It's never really mattered. It's nice, but it's not their main focus. Their focus has
Yeah.
always been the manga and the merchandise.
Their merchandise though
Their
sales are
merchandise
insane.
sales are their
insane.
merchandise sales and everything else is insane. Even with the
Mhm.
voice actors doing the CDs where they sing and stuff like that, their merchandise is all
That's new.
not as new as you think.
Go ahead. I can't wait.
I've been one. Well, hold on now. So I know I'm the dub guy, but it was flawless when it first came out. I can't imagine an English translation doing any better than they already did.
Hey, I understand.
I might give it a shot because I don't have the same issues with that one as I do Solo Leveling, but
You never know until you watch it.
I will give it a shot. But I refuse to watch Solo Leveling in English at this point because I can't do the first 2 episodes again.
First of all, I will say this: the voice acting is on par. It's like beautiful
in English.
No. In Japanese,
Okay.
no, I'm saying it's on par. Like it's perfect right now.
Yeah,
I don't know if the dub. I haven't watched it in dub, so I can't say it's kind of equal or whatnot. I can't say that because
I think
First of all,
episode
I'm not
3
doing
just
that.
came out today in English, so I
I'm
might
gonna-
watch that to
I'll finish it out before
compare.
I ever listen to the English. That's my opinion on that one.
I can parallel it. I'll watch them both. Just
Well,
I don't know, man. Campfire Cooking was such a cute anime that like I just can't imagine English doing any justice to that.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right, here's the real question. Who would you rather have, Yokoshima or Nobu? Really? Nobu was like the 90s game scorer for all of Final Fantasy and
Savage.
yep.
You have a game on your screen. What is that? Is that Blade?
Stellar Blade. I wanted to talk
Mm.
about it.
Yeah,
What
go
you
ahead.
guys thought
I want to
about
hear
it?
that. Yeah. Let me know. I haven't played it, so I have no idea yet.
It's not out yet.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank God.
Doesn't come
like-
out till April.
sorry, we're
what's up?
bouncing all over today.
No.
Cool. I don't have an issue with it. But I wanted to know what you guys thought based off the fact that America, or at least a lot of Americans, have been very upset with this game. Kind of gotten big
Upset?
on. Yeah, they've been upset because of the main character.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like the fact that apparently she's attractive. That's an issue for them,
What?
and they feel like she's unrealistic.
Wait, are we talking about the same people that played the shit out of what was the witch that used her hair to
Bayonetta.
kill Bayonetta?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
same Bayonetta went hard in North America. So, tell them to shut the fuck up.
I mean, there was an audience for that, sure. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
what's the problem? Because
they feel like she's hypersexualized, and okay. So the thing,
Whatever.
but no, but this okay.
Not
so
necessarily,
let's
but
start.
yeah.
Let's start from the beginning, okay?
what's wrong
So
with that?
this game is a exclusive PS5 game, so
Mhm.
it's a Sony exclusive, all right?
Mhm.
And this started because when people saw that the character was designed or modeled after an actual person, because the face isn't for the person, they made the face up, but the body, they use an actual model who shares the body design. Like her body looks like this.
So it's not unrealistic then, so people can shut the fuck up.
Well, that's exactly. But people are like, nah, that's bullshit. And then when the actress who took it, which I could show you guys, because the actress is side by side. I think we actually.
All right, if anyone has a problem with this but played Cyberpunk and Keanu Reeves is in that one, they can shut the hell up.
100%. I mean, and think about Cyberpunk though, dude. There were
They-
so many over-sexualized characters
yeah.
in that series.
Including
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
So if you
Yeah.
look at the models, the body of the model, that's the issue was.
Just
The
because they're
Korean model.
jealous. They're just jealous. 100% jealous, dude.
Well,
I think we
we
been
all established
over-sexualizing
that,
everybody.
sex sells. We all known this forever. It is what it is.
I'm gonna say
Well-
this right now. Japanese been doing it for years.
Well,
But
Dude,
that's
oh,
it.
yeah.
we could bring this real quick back to Power World, because if you guys remember what they said about Power World, that before it got so popular, one of the reasons was they decided to make ugly characters because then Americans will love it. That was like literally a quote from them. They said, "Oh, we just made a game and we made the characters ugly because remember the slide. It's like a slider to make your Power World person.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
actually it's."
You
I
can't
think
customize shit like you
I
normally
think the
could.
modding community would have something to say about that. Americans actually really like good-looking characters,
Not in their games,
but
apparently.
we love it in games. But for whatever reason, no North American game developer will fucking give it to us. So we have to
Look,
rely on the modding community.
you know what's funny is that you say that, but popularity, because we don't have popular opinions here. Obviously, we're the outliers. Typically, people don't take our opinions as fact because most
Oh, our
popular.
opinions are fact. Just
They are fact, but
sometimes
they
they're
don't see
wrong
that. But
facts.
people, nah, these
People
are
don't look
definitely
at it the
facts.
same way. Yeah.
Look at that Last of Us 2. Remember the chick from Last of Us 2 that kind of like a man, and how
Fucking
everybody
ugly
was
as shit.
Yeah.
they were
I
mad
wanted
about
to-
that, especially
wanted to
because for
slit
some
her face.
reason, they gave her a sex scene, which is even weirder because she's just very no.
Look, it's as simple as
Mm-mm.
this: if a character exists, someone in the world, but probably North America, will have a complaint about it.
Yeah,
Fuck,
but
fuck the
the
complaints.
campaign about Stellar Blade is hilarious though because it's actually been blowing up in more popularity, honestly, because Japan's like, fuck you guys, we don't care. It's
Good.
you either
Go
buy it
Japan.
or don't.
Go Japan.
Don't give a fuck, dude. I mean,
Because it
There's
seems
a lot
that
of things I
Japan,
disagree with Japan about, but when it comes to
it,
something like this, fuck them.
yeah, it seems like Japan is starting to finally take note that they need to stop listening to this woke shit
Yep.
about all
and
this
just
stuff
go with
because
it.
it's just gonna lose money if you keep trying to.
Exactly.
Because those people who complain about this stuff aren't the people who are gonna buy this game or play it.
Correct.
Because the people made that Last of Us 2. Naughty Dog didn't make a bunch of sales of Last of Us 2 from people who thought Abby was attractive at all. Like those people that
No.
are doing this for did not buy that game and play it. They didn't.
Nope.
They just had comments to say on Instagram and Twitter, but they didn't actually pay for Last of Us 2. The people who
They
actually care
didn't
about
even
Last of Us
touch
2,
the game.
the people who actually care about Last of Us 2 were just like, the fuck is this? Well, I mean, they keep remaking it, so it doesn't even matter. Nah, Naughty Dog, bring Jack and Daxter back. Come on, we need it for
Oh,
PS5.
come on. It was just
I wanna-
worse Banjo-Kazooie.
Nah, I want Jack and Daxter
He
back,
said,
guys.
no.
Yo, Jack 3 was lit. I don't care what anyone says.
Why?
Look,
No.
you talking crazy about Jack and Daxter.
What am I losing to PlayStation? Really? Oh yeah, no. Actually, I am glad for that. I am glad that finally you Sony fanboys can choke on my Master Chief stick.
Well,
No, I know. I'm
What
talking
did
just to the Sony fanboys.
first of all,
He said
as a
first
person
of
who
all.
was a fan
Finally
of Halo,
recognize.
as a person who's a fan of Halo and a fan of PlayStation very deeply, I just want to stay out here and put that out now, right now, that it's not that, like, even if even if we're getting all those things, it's not without the fact that they need to do it so they can make some money because Xbox is making money. So let's not paint the charade that they're doing everyone a favor here. They need money.
Well, it's because their console sales have never been comparable. But their games have been, and that's because they've been in the PC market at the same time the whole time. So I mean, it's as simple as this: they want to sell more of their games, and the only way to do that is to open it up to the other two consoles. So do it.
No.
Mm.
I have.
I mean, all games are reruns of other games at this point. So what's your point?
Can I ask you? Can I ask you a question? Since you're all Xbox, like, right?
Well, I mean, I'm not, because I'm also Nintendo,
But I'm saying, as a person who's a bigger fan of Xbox than Sony, right?
Yeah.
Xbox never gets any JRPGs except for like main franchise ones like Final Fantasy because they can't really avoid that. But majority of JRPGs never come to Xbox.
That's true.
Like what?
Blue Dragon. Do have
Blue
that
Dragon,
one.
no one cared. But again, okay, continue. Okay, no, but hold on, go ahead. So is that it? Is that it?
Yep.
Mm.
Jade Empire was really good too.
Well, I'm talking about between now, not because I think Jade Empire is an Xbox game, isn't it?
It is now.
So
yeah.
now for PlayStation, though, we have the Disgaea series.
But Disgaea is also on Nintendo, and
well, that's recently, as of 4, I believe they put on it. But the
Disgaea
fifth
has
one
been
was
with
exclusive.
Nintendo forever.
No, it has not. I'm a super Disgaea fan, so I'm gonna really dispute you on that one because that is
I
not
played
true.
it on like the Advance, I think, or the 3DS.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Let's put it this way. I don't really give a shit about the console itself. I don't care for Sony's business practices, and I hate their controller. That's my only issue.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with?
I've got carpal tunnel, and having both sticks on the bottom makes my wrist hurt. It's as simple as that. Microsoft spent something like $20 million on that design of that controller to be as ergonomic as possible, and it shows because it's super comfy.
Well, that's also because their lag controller got shit on entirely in the original Xbox controller.
Oh yeah, the Duke.
Okay, so which I didn't mind because I have huge hands, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay, back. All right, I just want to get to this real quick because Bud said something about
Yep.
Nintendo having Disgaea, which is it's not untrue, but that's not where it started.
No, it's not where it started. No,
but it's
I'm
it
totally
originally
aware of that.
started. Well, I mean, okay, I thought you were saying that's where it started because that's where
No,
I was like, I'm a super
I just say
Disgaea
I've
fan.
been playing
Yeah.
Disgaea on Nintendo for years.
No, that's fair. But I thought you were saying that's where it started. I was like,
No,
PlayStation. Definitely
But I
PlayStation.
mean,
And then
Nintendo
eventually they
is where most JRPGs started,
When
though.
confrontation gets
not
just right. I like it.
Dragon Quest. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Well, who's first then?
Well,
All right.
okay.
All
So
right,
my
all right.
argument is that was originally about this guy being on PlayStation originally, and then it got ported to Nintendo's console
Yep.
for a bit, but they didn't have any of the latest ones because I
That's
think
true.
they didn't come back onto the Switch until the fifth game. The sixth game was exclusively there, but the fifth game, the other games never came out on it. The only ones you guys got was on the DS was the Switch, or it's the Gaia 1, and that's it.
And I'm pretty sure we got 2 as well, but
Doesn't look like it. As far as right now, I'm looking at the thing. You guys got this Gaia for the DS, called this Gaia DS, and then this Gaia 1 complete.
Like it.
So 2, 3, 4, 5. And
fair
now
enough.
7, I think 7 and 6, I think are on both PS5, like on PlayStation 5 and
I was
Switch.
thinking of the PSP.
There you go.
I've also played them on the PSP, which I will agree was an amazing handheld.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. Don't care about
It's
it.
a bad
I saw
idea.
that,
It's a
and
bad
I
idea.
don't want them to do that.
It's a terrible idea.
I don't want them to do that, and there's multiple reasons why I don't want to do that. I'm sure me and Spud could agree on why reasons we don't want them to do that. But
Oh no, there's a good reason to do it. Go ahead, but I've got an idea.
Well, I think there's a horrible reason to do it because they already released that stupid PlayStation Portable thing. That's supposed to be like a portable PS5 thing. They should never have released that if they're going to release a PSP. They shouldn't have released that if they're going to release a PSP, a new PSP. They should never have released that. And as a person who still has their Vita, because I do,
the Vita was pretty good. I like
the
that.
Vita is amazing.
Vita is
okay.
awesome.
My Vita's over there. It's on the bookshelf. But as a person who owns a Vita, I can comfortably say that they don't really need to do that because the Vita is just as good as it is now. At least it never dropped, especially the original one, because I had the original one before they made that slim model, which was ass. For tons of reasons.
The slide up slim model that they
That's the Go. That's the PSP Go. That's not the same thing.
Okay. I have that one as well. So
yeah, no, the PSP, the PS Vita, like the original one, the fat one that originally came out that had the cell phone plan too with it to get data. That was amazing.
Nah,
the data was ass, but the console itself was amazing. I didn't play it for the data because I had that model. I had the model
data
to put a card in.
Made brand new
because okay. Because first of all, I can already get on my Vita now, and I have in the past used my Vita to play PS5 games, which is fun as fuck. I also played PS5 games on my iPad, which is also fun as fuck. But they released that PS5 Go thing handheld. It's like $400 that only works with internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying because they released that, it's stupid. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You should never release that if you're gonna release a new PSP.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, currently, absolutely.
Well, okay,
Plus, the Switch 2 is coming out soon.
about time.
So you had the Switch, then you had the Switch OLED, which had better
Oh,
graphics.
I have the OLED
on
and
the
I fucking
screen.
love it.
Yeah,
have an
it
OLED yet.
it also had the better audio jack port, so you
Yep.
have better hearing because I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, I just do Bluetooth to it.
but the very first Switch sucked on audio.
Oh, on audio, okay.
I said audio. Calm down. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this one hurts.
And-
okay.
I think it's next year, actually.
But you also don't forget the headphones it has to have exclusive headphones to work with that. You can't use whatever headphones you want. You have to get the specific Sony headphones to work with that PlayStation Portable thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, it's $200. So $200 for the
stupid.
system, and then another like $100 or $150 for the headphones.
And that's
But out of your
what you can
mind.
use.
that's why I don't like Sony's, because they make you stick into proprietary bullshit.
Okay.
No.
Me?
Yeah, it's proprietary bullshit, and it should be
Wait.
fucking
Are you
ban
asking
hammered.
me or are you asking Taylor? Okay, I have an iPhone, but what's your point that you're making? Okay. Not really, because they're actually successful. You can't compare the two because Apple's successful.
Sony is hugely successful. What
Not
are you
their
talking
handheld
about?
market, no. Not their handheld market, no. That's what we're in. We're in their handheld market. You're talking about a phone that releases the same type of phone every year, but it always sells out crazy because it's always been
Sony used to
successful.
sell the Ericsson phone, didn't they?
They still make phones, actually.
Yeah.
There are still new Sony phones, but okay, but that's
Yeah.
Apple. That's not Sony. Sony hasn't sold any good consoles since the Vita, and the Vita they fucked that up. It could have made way more money, and
No,
it would have. The Vita could have technically beat the Switch out if they did it right, but they fucked up on so much shit.
What they should have done with the Vita is they should have made it both a phone and a portable game station.
See, they did that before though. They did that before that PSP Go thing. They made a phone / like Sony.
Well, the Vita also had the 3G thing.
Yeah, but the 3G thing was ass. We established that should
Right,
not
but
work.
it could have been done better.
It could have been done better, but I feel like the phone aspect didn't matter because most people had both regardless. Like I'm a person who had a PSP and a cell phone and all that stuff. I never liked them both combined. I didn't really care about that because
I
feel like the
test
system
carrying multiple things.
Yeah, but I think like the way they combined, the way the system or the way they made what they made, it didn't work correctly by itself already. So just because the PSP was amazing, the original PSP was a classic, and it was good for what it was.
Oh yeah.
Okay, people are gonna still buy it, but it doesn't change that. Mm-hmm. Okay, but what's a good job to you though? Like, what do you consider a good job? Because the PlayStation, obviously, the PlayStation Remote Player is what it's called. That PlayStation Portal Remote Player was a stupid idea. That was dumb because you could do that on your phone.
Do you guys think that game streaming is good enough yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Depends on what you're playing though.
That's
what
true.
What are you playing that makes you say no? Because I can describe what you can play now that works perfectly fine and it runs for.
If you think game streaming, well, because I've been debating getting the new Steam Deck, the handheld Steam Deck. I really want it.
Well, a Steam Deck doesn't. That's a Steam Deck essentially it's better because you don't need internet for that technically.
Hold on,
once you install the game,
it's a mini computer anyway.
Yeah,
it's
but
literally a computer.
Yeah, so that's fine though. It has shit battery life from what I heard, but that's still fine.
It does, but its graphical input is also top tier. And same with the ROG. Like if you think about the ROG, its battery life sucks, but it's fucking graphically beautiful, and you can play any of the games that are released now on it.
And you can also play. You can because it's a computer, you can always ROM all the other stuff in onto it too.
And
But
you can search everything just like your regular computer.
So it sounds like you guys are all bowing to the supremacy that is PC gaming.
I don't want to go about that far. I wouldn't go that far now. I don't go that far, but I'll give them their props where they deserve their props. I'm not insane. Clearly, that's a pretty nice thing, but like I said, your battery life is still shit.
No,
I'm plugged into the wall, so
I'm talking about the ROGs and the handhelds. We're completely talking about handhelds. Their battery lives are horrible still.
Okay.
And on top of that, you gotta think about how much these things cost and the overall thing. Because you gotta buy the handheld, which is going to cost you like $200 to $300.
The ROG is cheaper than your portable, the PlayStation Portable right now.
Yep.
That's perfectly fine.
Hold on, the Steam Deck.
It's like $300, I think.
Is actually it's on sale right now for $280.
No
right?
shit. Okay.
It's on sale, right? But still cheaper than your PlayStation Portable.
Okay, wait. What do these cost? How much is you said 180 and what else?
280.
No, I said 280, not
okay. But you know what's cheaper than all of those on PlayStation Vita? Which can do the exact same thing.
But the Vita can't do the same thing.
It can for PlayStation.
Okay, so does a Nokia 7200. That lasted for a week, but you can only play Snake on it.
With the PlayStation Vita. Listen, this is one thing that's not happening right now, right? So yeah, you might be able to play your games right now on Vita, but here's what's not happening. It's not currently being sold in the stores.
That's true.
But that's why people are going back to order them.
I get that, but what is natural right now being sold in the stores? Like handheld. If we're going to talk about handheld, what is being sold in the stores?
You want to know the truth? People are buying those what are the things called again? The crossbones, and just using their phones.
Yeah, that's true.
So you got it's actually called the backbones, by the way. But
backbone, the backbone, and they're using their phones.
From Razer, yeah.
Yeah.
So you got the Android and you got the Apple.
The iPhone.
Yeah, correct.
That's because the damn Raspberry Pi emulators have gotten out of hand.
And your phone can handle pretty much all of it.
And has better battery life majority of the time.
But your phone's gonna have better battery life most of the time. Well, no, and then your iPhone, if you have the it's a fan that you can stick to the back, right? For the iPhones, some Androids allow it, like mine does, but they have built-in chargers, right? So you plug it in, and it constantly keeps it charged and cool. So I understand the phone. So technically, your handheld's the winner overall as a phone. Your phone wins all of them. But as in graphical input, we're talking about the PlayStation Portable. It's pretty, but you have to have your PlayStation 5.
First of all, you have to have a PlayStation 5.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. You have to have a PlayStation 5. The ROG, though, all you have to have is a Steam account. Same thing with the Steam Deck. All you have to have is a Steam account. If you have those accounts, you can download any free game and play them without having another console.
You know what the ROG and the Steam Deck are missing though is a 2 TV mount like the Switch has.
Actually,
is there one? Is there one out now?
They've already got where you can get the adapter, and the adapter has a small stand. You set the Steam Deck down. You can literally hook your Xbox Bluetooth controller to your Steam Deck and play it on big screens. Yeah.
I'm sold. I'm getting one.
That's why I like the ROG better and the Steam Deck better than the PlayStation. But then again, the PlayStation's graphics, like the portable, even though you have to have a PlayStation 5, their graphics are top tier.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about like running around, I understand where he's talking about the Vita, because don't get me wrong, I have a Vita. I love my Vita, right? Because all you have to do is you can go into the store, you can buy whatever on there, right? So you can play those. Or you have a little card and slot, so you can play those on the Vita, right?
Yeah.
Anywhere. Battery life's beautiful, huh? But that's what you can do whatever, but be careful. I'm saying that.
It's not illegal.
No, well, not.
Jailbreaking it's not illegal. What you do after maybe, but that's not our problem.
Correct, but yeah, I like where he was bringing the point out where since people were going back to the Vita, but like, are you sure you don't want them to upgrade the Vita to where it would be like if they took out all those mistakes, right, that the Vita had, increase the performance on the screen. Well, not just the screen size, but like you also have to think about the resolution.
Okay,
and
wait.
then like increased everything like they normally would, like the Vita had, and still keep it touchscreen.
Well, hold on, because the thing about the Vita, right, that I feel like a lot of people are misconstrued about was the fact that there was stuff wrong with it, but not the things I think you guys are talking about was wrong with it. Like the console itself didn't have a real issue. It was the marketing and the design of the stuff they made for it that was the problem. They marketed it terribly. And because remember how PSP, when the first PSP came out, how that was marketed?
Oh, it was
But
Oh
bad.
yeah,
they pushed the fuck out of it. They did not really do the same for the Vita, and also they overpriced it at first because I remember
those
when I got my
UMDs were
Vita.
awful.
When I got my Vita, because first they fucked up in multiple places. One place was that proprietary memory card shit was
Yeah.
stupid,
Yeah.
and that shit was too expensive and it was
Yep.
dumb. And then the other issue they had was the fact that the Vita was too expensive at the time. Also, that shit was like
$299.
I remember it was like $300 for mine. I remember I bought it.
$299. I bought
And
mine
that was
too.
wild because you're paying $300 for a handheld, even though we technically do the same thing now for the Switch. But again, not
Switch
a
is a different
proprietary.
monster though.
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't have you don't also don't have a proprietary memory card in it. It
Yeah.
has you can use a micro SD from anything.
Yeah.
That Sony shot themselves in the foot with that memory stick shit. That was wild.
Well,
They made a
that
new version of
and
it.
when they stated that they were gonna have actual like cellular data for it, they also shot
Yeah.
themselves in the foot for
Well,
that.
yeah, because this is the thing about the cellular dollars thing wouldn't have been that big of a deal if it worked the way they were showing it was gonna work. They've made it seem like you were gonna be able to play Call of Duty on a train or some shit, like you could on your phone with your with your Vita, which it doesn't work.
It does work, but not in this country.
Well, okay,
You
fair
have to
enough.
remember we're on a different internet type than literally the rest of the world.
Okay,
in a peer-to-peer Wi-Fi networks, you actually can do that.
Well, what they were trying to do here, it failed horribly because then everyone jumped to 4G. Literally, by the end of that year, people jumped to 4G anyway. So it didn't even matter anymore. There was no more 3G towers to begin with.
The 20 teens were a Wild West time of new technology and new shit coming out. So realistically, anything that came out between 2010 and 2016 is all garbage anyway because it was all changing by day.
But so the game system, like the handheld itself, the Vita was really nice though. I really enjoyed it.
No, the hands. First of all, the fact they had another memory, another thumbstick made it so much better because you could play all your PSP games now the proper way. Like because now you had a second thumbstick.
You didn't just have one.
Yeah, but also the thing I would say is too that they also shot themselves in the foot when they got rid of the marketplace. Remember that they had the marketplace up for a long time. They eventually got rid of that too now, so there is no more Vita marketplace.
Yep,
which kind of sucks.
You can only buy the little sticks or
but that also has a good thing too with the Vita. Unlike the PSP, it wasn't region locked. The PSP was region locked. The Vita is not. So you can buy Japanese games and play them normally. But to go back to what Black Ops originally said though, is that these are all things they'd have to do if they're gonna remake it, but they also have to market it crazy. If they don't market it the proper way again, it will fail.
100%.
Actually, that brings up a good question. Marketing in the last 8 years has just been shit. How do you market something in today's day and age where the vast majority of ads are going to be on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter? Yeah, like how do you market a handheld when you're using a handheld to view the fucking
handheld
ad? Yeah. So how do you market that? I think the only reason Nintendo got away with it is because it's Nintendo.
I don't know, maybe.
Nintendo has always had a niche market, at least since they had to
well?
compete with anyone.
This is for Savage though. Savage. Remember the PlayStation Portable? They tried to market it, right?
Right.
Remember how bad the marketing on that was, though?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Wait. What do you mean how bad the marketing was on a PlayStation Portable or the PlayStation Vita?
No, the new one that just came
out.
Oh,
PlayStation Portable. Oh, you mean actual PlayStation Portable? Yeah.
The Portal.
Yeah, the Portal.
Yeah, fucking horrible marketing. Yeah. They only had one, maybe two, maybe.
I think the biggest issue with PlayStation is the fact they're not in touch with how PlayStation used to be a dope at marketing. Remember the original PlayStation 3 commercials?
Dude, they
and shit?
used to have some crazy.
Yeah, them shit used to be fire, but then they got lazy. And they don't do that nearly as much as they used to anymore.
Gaming ads in general used to be fucking awesome, regardless of the system.
Have you noticed how
but marketing is important. Like people smoke cigarettes, people buy alcohol, people do all this stuff based off of marketing. And
Yeah.
PSP and PlayStation stuff used to be marketed as very fun.
I mean, I
Just like
smoke, so I
out
don't
of
have to
there.
take Ritalin.
There's
But
comedy
Yeah, but I'm saying they
involved in
don't
some
do
of
that
them.
anymore.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it now, right?
hmm
And go back, even if we go on YouTube, and if we could, I know we can't, but if we could have watched the old PlayStation 3 and PSP ads, those things were crazy and they
Yeah.
were fun. And
Yep.
also, they fit a lot of stuff that people wanted. For example,
Mhm.
the PlayStation was easier to model. The PlayStation at the time was the PSP was easier to market at the time because of everything it did. It was a media device that was also an MP3 player that also
Yeah.
played games and that did all these things in one thing. Like people like Spud would like, where everything's in one thing. You have something that can play music, watch movies, all that
Yeah.
type of stuff.
I know how to fix this. I know how to fix this. So you know how Nintendo has their monthly announcement thing?
Mm-hmm.
Sony just needs to do that.
They do. The PlayStation. You talking about they do that. They do the
They do it
PlayStation,
yearly.
the annual or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Annual. They do it
You
once
want
a
them to do it,
year. Monthly.
but what would they show every month?
The new games, the new shit that they were working on. I mean, Nintendo manages it. Why the fuck can't they?
They don't have any. Okay, they don't make that much stuff. That
Exactly.
wait. Okay, wait. You're saying that they should just every month talk about new stuff coming out
Yeah. Even if it's
specifically for PlayStation?
I mean, that's one of the things that Sony fanboys say. It's like, oh, we have all the exclusives. Prove it.
That's kind of it proves itself when you think about it because we have all the exclusives for certain things though. I'm a fanboy, but not in that extent. I'm a fan. I'm not really a fanboy. I can point out their flaws. Like
I'm,
if you go back to my
I'm
PlayStation thing, I'm on the stream, right? You guys go to my PlayStation, right? This is what
yeah.
you're asking something about a month, but PlayStation does this every at least the PS5. I don't know about the PS. I think the
So
PS4 does it too. But if you have a PS5, for example, every day, every week, there's a
yeah.
whole thing that shoots out here that shows you all the updates, things coming out specifically towards PlayStation.
Okay, so
So this is like literally this is literally something you will see by default anytime you turn PlayStation on. And this is done like weekly to daily.
Okay.
So, and I think it's been proven that there's more PlayStation 5s in households than Xboxes. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
100%.
So then the marketing, they don't really have to market that crazy because the marketing's already there for you. By turning my PlayStation on, I get advertisements. Like you just go to the home, there are ads as soon as you turn the thing on.
That
So
I would hate that. I would hate that.
I mean, there's ad relevant to you. They're not just random ads. Like Xbox, you turn an Xbox on, I'm gonna get an ad for like Red Bull or some shit and all the types of other stuff I don't care about.
Absolutely not. It's never happened, and it will not happen.
Yeah,
now there will
they
be a
took all that
splash
out.
screen where you can click on it to see shit if you want to.
Okay, but notice how there's none of that on PlayStation at all. Like there's no splash screen telling me to buy Red Bulls or anything like that.
That doesn't. All right, go ahead.
Well, that's the key thing about being a gamer is playing what the fuck you want to play. We got people who play only games on their phone who play Candy Crush and they think they're gamers, and you know what? They are. Those
If it's a game,
Crush,
if it's a
they're
game
gamers.
and you're playing it, you're a gamer.
Back.
There you go.
Oh man, now that takes me back. 1996, where the only game on your fucking PC was Solitaire and Minesweeper, and I played the shit out of those.
I got so far in Minesweeper, bro. It was
oh yeah, I'm a fucking
insane.
champ. I'm a champ of Minesweeper.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Dude, my whole screen was so full, and then it resets, and then I'm still going, dude. Oh, it was
yeah.
awesome.
Oh man, that
Dude, it was a mathematical Minesweeper.
Oh yeah,
it was, but it was math too.
It was a logic puzzle, but yeah.
Yes, it was awesome. We'd get so far I'd have it going down, and then my friend come over here, let me do one, and then blow up. I'm like, you mother! I'd yell at him, dude. I have to go.
Oh yeah, I've been excited for this.
That'd be awesome.
Of course, it's awesome. Solo leveling. It's quite possibly. It has the potential to be one of the new bigs.
True. What? Okay, so
Disagree.
you saying it's rushing too fast?
That's because the first part of it, before he actually starts into being a player, is so slow paced it's almost boring. Well, okay, it may very well be that the first 3 books are just that slow paced then, because you can't slow pace anime anymore. God, do you remember how bad Dragon Ball Z was compared to now? That's not one of them. That's not one of them.
Well, this
What?
one's not. I don't think it's like
I don't
rushing
think
too fast.
I don't think I could. I
Are
don't
you
think it
talking
would
about
work with a
he's
whole season of
leveling
it
too
just.
fast? Is that what you're saying? Is he leveling too fast? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
I was
right.
about to say, spoil it and die.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I've read it too, but like watching it, I get where you're going. Right now, right now they're going into like it would be the third, right? But from what I have read up on them making the series, it's going to be slowing back down
Well, it's
as
because they
if
finally can.
because he's already got to a certain level where he can keep going and killing.
No
Okay,
no one
I'm
wants
gonna
to watch
shut
an
up.
entire season of dude getting his ass kicked. That's all I'm saying.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna speak up on that either. But yeah,
I get that it's already hinted at that he's not even close to the strongest player out there. I get that.
whoa, whoa. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about, yeah, because you've seen the last episode. But what we're talking about is like in the reason I think you're saying it's speeding up so much because of course you read it, but like it skipped a couple parts. I will say that because I've read it as well, and I think don't get me wrong, and this is just my take, and I understand where your take is, Black Up. Even though they skipped a couple parts, several parts in there where they should have actually added a little bit more, especially in the scene before he came out of the one dungeon where he fought all the wolves
Mm-hmm.
or rabbit dog, whatever the fuck you want to call them with metal jaws. He fought all them, right?
Yeah.
Well, and then he fought the snake. Remember that? Okay. So in that instance, though, I think he was fine. They skipped several things in that series, and I think the reason they skipped it is because I think they're not trying to keep this going. I think they only want 2 seasons of it. So I don't think they're wanting to like prolong the season after season after season because in all honesty, they have so much content that they can make like 4 seasons out of this.
I thought solo leveling is based off a webcomic, isn't it?
Okay, it's not a manga, my guy. But
it's a manhwa.
It's a manhwa. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so that means that the content is immeasurably forward progressing.
But they're stopping the content. They've already stated that they will be stopping content later. So, but they have a lot of content already that they can make multiple seasons out of.
Okay.
But what they're doing is they're condensing all of what the manhwa has so far.
They're getting the training arc out of the way.
Yeah, I'll just agree with you. I don't want to ruin anything, but
I get that there's going to be things that are in the comic that are not in the anime. I feel like it has potential.
Nowhere near over.
Well, no. I mean his initial training arc when he goes from literally nothing to an actual contender.
No, like I said, I'm not trying to ruin it, but he's not.
We all like Yu Yu Hakusho, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason they didn't show a whole lot of him training with
even though we read
Grandma.
Yeah, even
like
though
in the manga they showed a ton of it, but in this show they cut out most of that training arc because let's face it, it's boring.
Well, it's not just boring, but there's even though this one's supposed to be more gruesome than don't get me wrong, this one's supposed to be more gruesome. I think even though it would be boring, it's what I've read, it's not boring at all. But
it would be hard to animate.
No,
you don't think so?
No, because we've read it. No, there was no. What they've animated already is actually harder than some of the shit that I've read that they skipped out. I think they don't think it would be more entertaining.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's
It's not
literally what I've
boring
been
though,
saying.
because trust me, there's some scenes that they left out where I'm like, they should have had that in there,
No, fair
100%.
enough. Fair
That
enough.
was like fucking amazing because, okay, I'm not gonna. This is not ruining any other episodes ahead of time, but in the beginning, remember when he sacrifices himself and says,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm gonna do what I can to try to survive," but he does what he can, and then
Yeah.
knocks, they knock her out, his friend, right?
Yeah.
She's the healer, right?
hmm
Okay, there was a scene before that where he had that spurt of like god mode, gamer mode, as you've seen in episode, I think it was, what is that, 5, right?
We're on 6 as of
6,
today.
my bad. So 6. So episode 6, he had the spurt in his eyes like episode 6. Remember how he goes into that rage mode when
Yeah.
such and such attack him? I don't want to ruin this for other people either if they haven't seen it. But in that instance, there was a scene in that episode, right, that they skipped over where he went absolutely nuts and he basically fucked up one of the statues.
Before he was, see, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense though. He's supposed to be like
He
super
had a
underpowered
voice.
at that point.
Listen, but no. There was a voice. Remember, there was, okay, so remember when he was laying down in the video?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he's laying down. He's already cut up and everything. He doesn't want to die. And they basically, he's in the middle of dying. He sees the statue come down at him. And it's basically saying,
Become a player or die.
right, basically. Before that, in the manhwa, there was a scene where he heard something, and like he wasn't there. Like he was a different person.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's remember. Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, here's the sad part to that. They did keep that one in, but he got punished twice though, and they took one of them out, and it was stupid because I love this series, even the anime. I love it, but the manhwa was better at, because basically they took the first one out. Like they basically shortened it and put the first one in the anime as that one's technically the second one where he got punished twice. So the first one, he didn't think much of it, right? In the manhwa, he didn't think much of it. He got but it wasn't that harsh. The second one was a lot worse.
Okay.
So it was making him, like, understand, hey, I gotta do this shit.
It almost sounds like they're trying to make the anime more suspenseful because you don't really know what's going on.
Right. I think that's what we're saying.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not mad at them because the anime is still amazing. Don't get me wrong, but they're still shortening it, and I think that's my opinion. I think they're shortening the series.
Something that anime makers have been doing for a while now that I am super bothered about is they're extending how long the intro and outro are. They're like 2.5 fucking minutes apiece. So they cheat us out of like fucking 3 minutes of content.
Worth of shit. Yeah, exactly.
What'd you expect to happen?
I expect to get my full 22 fucking minutes. That's what I expect. If SpongeBob can do it, Japan can do it.
I don't think SpongeBob
SquarePants
in Japan as it is over here. I think it's still big over there, but I don't think it's as big as we think it is over here. They're probably like an American cartoon.
What am I talking about?
Go ahead.
We just did.
No. The scene.
Oh, like, hold on. The first episode. Oh, yeah. All right, so I literally watched it right before we started this.
Okay.
Okay. So, oh man, it just dropped today too. Does this count as a spoiler? If it came
Just
out a
go
few
ahead,
hours
we've
ago,
already watched
Spoiler
it.
warning.
All
I
right,
actually watched
spoiler
it.
warning.
It came out Saturday actually, but
Yeah.
spoiler warning.
Oh, I forgot to catch it yesterday. Then,
Yeah.
all right, spoiler if you haven't seen it, but he goes absolutely apeshit on that spider monster, and then like it's just the coldest line I've heard in anime and for a while when he's killing the dudes that have that essentially
Turned on them. They were supposed to be.
turned on him. So
Yeah.
he's with this group of other adventurers, and they leave him there to die, and then come back and try to kill him. And he's killed almost all the parties. Just has the leader of the party left, and drops the coldest fucking line I've heard in a while. Didn't you know I've been leveling up this whole time?
Yeah, so basically, you're not wrong. And basically, before that statement happened, the dude said, "Please don't kill me."
Oh
right?
yeah.
And then
Well, he's like, "How are you so strong?" or something like that.
No. He's like, "Please don't kill me." He's like, "But you've tried to kill me."
Well, he said three times. Three times is how many times. Oh man.
And he's like, "That's
God.
when your statement came out. That's when the statement came out. Didn't you know?
I've been leveling up
this
whole
entire
time.
time."
Yeah,
And I was like, "Oh,
What was the close line to you?
yeah." Oh,
well,
that was good too.
But they covered that already. Essentially, that hunters are prepared to die from the get go. That
that
just
one
seemed
was
like a
good too, though.
rehash to me. Oh, it was good. Fair enough.
And his eyes, bro, like whenever he realized, okay, so think about this too. Right before he attacked any of the others adventurers, right? Because remember, he still had the young one with him, the young boy, right?
Yep.
That has the armor from his dad. So keep that in mind. So even though he has good armor, these adventurers take newbies in and will take their stuff and then kill them. So they knew there was a boss there. Y'all knew this because the boss was staring at them. But I'm saying the spider was staring at them the entire time. The other adventurers said, "Oh, well, we forgot our stuff," and then left the two newbies instead of leaving somebody else there. So we already knew it was going to be a setup. Even
right, and they even said it. They even said it out loud after they left.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Well, dude, when I state when the message popped up and said 6 new enemies.
Yep.
And it was the 6 adventurers that just came in.
Yep.
Got my heart beating, dude. I was like, okay, this is about. He has to kill them. They're enemies, so they're dirty, plain and simple. And the dungeon or the game master of these dungeons, right, basically stated, "Hey, fuck them up,
or die,
or die."
Yep.
And he's like, his mindset dropped, his eyes dropped, everything went grim.
Yep.
And he said, like, he's looking down, he's, there's blood because he just fought the spider and everything, right? He has the dagger. Or before he even has the dagger, right? He's just standing there. And then one of the adventurers come up.
Yeah, dude puts his arm over his shoulder, like, you should have known this was going to happen, then just cuts his head off.
Yeah, just instant. And they're like, where'd the dagger come from?
Yep.
And he's like, where was he hiding the dagger? And
same place Sephiroth keeps his sword.
Then he looks up and straight blue-eyed, dark and blue, and just goes nuts. I loved it. It was awesome.
All right.
Okay. Ooh.
Like,
as a rating?
Out of 10?
Rating. Okay.
The episode or just the final fight scene? Okay. It's a 9 for me.
I give it about a 9 also.
I'll give it a 9. I'll be right there. I'll give it a 9 as well. Yeah, that's not bad.
Don't be that guy. Okay. Yeah.
But this is early, so before we even reset are you damn 9.5, huh?
Well, He doesn't have like the full Einzel going fear factor yet.
That's what I'm saying. He's not
Like,
quite there.
I
when
presume that
people are shitting themselves in his presence, that's when it hits 10 out of 10.
I I was gonna say that because I reserved the 10 for like moments that are like the fuck. Like for example,
Absolutely insane.
like for my
Yeah.
examples are I have like One Piece examples, obviously because I'm a One Piece fan. But
I've got
everyone would pretty
Overlord
much say they're
examples.
a lot. Everyone would say that's pretty valid. Like for example, spoiler again if you haven't watched or read yet. But during the fight with King and Zoro, where he said I'm become the king of hell, that was
Yeah.
tough. That was
Yeah.
I would give that a 10 out of 10 because literally like I
Goes
don't know if
ape
you
shit.
guys seen that scene, but whoever
Come on,
has seen
he
that
is
scene
absolutely
was
insane.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But Eisengo's done the same thing. Like he's just like, oh
I'm not.
really? Grabs her, hugs her, and just
Oh
slowly
God,
just
actually,
come on.
y-
I never said 10 out of 10, but I'm saying that's a
I have
top one. You know what I
I
mean?
have
That's
two
like insane.
I have two examples for a 10 out of 10 scene.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, from Overlord, when Einzel go and kills 70,000 people in one shot, and says,
Okay.
"Oh, that was just a means to an end. That was just the start of the spell." You know, and
I
summons the
agree.
giant demon goats. That's a 10. Number two is from Tsukimochi, Twilight or Moonlight Fantasy,
Okay.
when he fighting the dragon and the chick, and he's like, "Oh, you tried to kill me," and launches, shoots a water arrow with all of his mana rings and essentially decimates an entire battlefield. That's another 10.
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
word! They had to calm him
Yeah.
down because they were like, "Yo, yo."
Yeah. Yeah. They all freaked
Dude,
out, dude.
that
Yep.
whole anime is full of 10 out of 10 scenes.
Dude, yeah.
Like, okay, so it's a little, it's a goofy one, but another 10 out of 10 from Reincarnated as a Slime is from the dub edition is
Mhm.
when God, what was the dragon's name? Valdora in the human body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's voiced by Hercule, finally got to do a Kamehameha.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. He is voiced by Mr. Satan.
Yep.
Okay. But I got his autograph, by the way. So Mr.
That's
Satan
awesome.
himself, yeah, and I got it's Hercule's picture. So there
Yeah.
you go. But Mr. Satan was he's fighting his niece,
Yep.
bro, and it's fucking hilarious. Where he's like doing,
Well, he's doing Street Fighter shit at
he did the
first.
Street Fighter kick, dude.
Hadouken!
Dog. Well, he
Yeah.
did the kick too, the spin.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh come on. Yeah,
But when he finally went Kamehameha, I was like, holy shit!
and he did the beam. It wasn't
Yep.
regular. It was the full beam. Like
It was the original.
he's so into manga, dude.
Yep.
He was like, "What's new? What's new?"
But it was just Mr. Satan finally got to do a Kamehameha. And it was a beautiful moment for me.
Let me get that. Y'all got me funny.
Oh man, there's actually quite a few. Goku's first transformation to Super Saiyan. That's awesome.
And it's for sale. But yeah, I have 2 of these.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah, I got to meet him in person. He was really, really awesome. We got to go eat and everything.
Oh yeah, that was the topic today.
Even though we went way off. Hey, it's part of it.
Man, I'll go first. I got one that's I know that some people don't like. I can use Savage.
I want to hear it.
I got one from Fairy Tale. It shows the importance of found family, and
I agree. I think I know where you're going with this, though.
well, that was
like
the
fairy
whole
tales
basis. Yeah, and it may just be the power scaled version of My Little Pony if you really look at it, but I don't care.
Right, but at the end point, it's still all about the family there. So that's awesome. Hell yeah. What about you, Blackout?
Well, it's a good thing we aren't people.
I'm an animal. I'm a what? Damn, shit's being knocked over. Yeah.
I
I'm waiting for.
mm, I guess it was kind of something similar. Like I realized I could make a lot of friends watching it and talking about it, so I could see a lot of people's similarities. Um,
Okay.
because I guess before anime, I didn't really, I was still trying to make friends with people. Obviously, I wouldn't say I was really cut off from doing that, but I guess it showed me more that I learned more from the fact that that everybody essentially is not gonna like you, but there will be people who really do fuck with you essentially,
No,
and
everybody likes me.
you just gotta wait to meet those people. Like anime gave me
Blah.
the fact that you can meet those people that actually do care about you and
Oh
will
yeah.
fuck with you, even though a lot of people probably won't and
Right.
definitely won't. And then you're like, oh, everyone sucks. No, 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 just a handful of people that pretty much suck. But there's people out there who will be like there for you.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Yeah.
gotta, but when you find those people, you gotta take care of or nurture those friendships and
Word.
relationships
100%. Yeah. All day
when
long.
they show up.
I agree 100%. That is the best way to go about it sometimes.
Yep.
Uh I think y'all have heard a story of mine in the past already. Coming across certain animes, we've had kind of this topic before, but uh, I didn't really have a good childhood growing up.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I went through 82 different foster homes.
god damn.
I went through a bunch of shit in my life. I've been beaten, abused. I have scars across my back. I have shit where, they only wanted money. They didn't care about, a person. And so my mental getaway, I used to read manga before I ever watched anime, but my first ever anime was Akira, the movie.
Jesus.
Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. That
That's
was
a hell of
like
an introduction.
that was not a great introduction, but it was awesome. I didn't know like until like I did today, right? So like when I first watched it, and then I go back today, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't have watched that, but I did because it was a VHS movie, and I
Yeah.
had a VHS player and an old TV at the time when I was young, and I watched it, and I thought it was fucking amazing, right? And I got into going to the library, getting manga, getting these types of books, reading these types of things, and it kept me out of trouble.
Mm.
Instead of going down the wrong paths, I was always keeping my head in books, working, doing what I had to do in these bad situations to keep myself out of trouble.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
So it was my getaway. That's what kept me going. Plus, I had family that I didn't get, we were separated and things in foster care. So I didn't really get to see my brothers and sisters and stuff all that much. But we all had one thing in common: anime, manga.
Right on.
We all read it. We all shared and communicated. That's one thing they loved about me was me gaming and me watching and reading manga and anime. And they loved it. They absolutely loved it. So that's one thing I could share with them. I'd always get a new book. We'd sit down like on visitations. I get to go visit them and I'd read them series
cool.
and books. And so that was my getaway, like massive getaway. And another thing to talk about anime is, and to this day, um, there's stories and series of anime and manga that just will blow you away. I mean, straight up blow you away. Like it's so emotional.
Oh yeah.
Like you didn't realize you could cry until you watch this stuff sometimes, and you're like, oh, I actually still have a heart. You know what I mean? So just saying, it'll take you to a place that you don't realize sometimes that you're still human.
Oh
Just
yeah.
saying. So yep, that's my thing. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly the kind of thing that I would do. I mean, I like them both, but I also like conflict. So
I mean, Spud, who doesn't like conflict here? I'm just saying.
that'd be dope.
Nice. Oh, dude, Comic Con's coming up here, where I live.
I just missed MegaCon at the start of this month.
Yeah, Comic Con's coming up here, and I'm gonna have a booth here.
That's pretty dope.
So I might see if I can get a. Well, I'm gonna have to see if I can get a shirt, a shirt like our Otaku Talk Radio shirt, and a couple things so I can kind of like promote it. I'll try to make some like little stickers and like things like that just so we can get it promoted. I have my buddy. I bought my best friend. He's like my brother Adam. I bought his wife a cricket for her birthday last year, so I'm gonna see if she'll print me out some stickers.
Oh, that kind of cricket. Okay.
Yeah.
No, not that. I was thinking the cell phone company.
No.
Got stickers too.
Yeah, those two.
It's blurring out.
Yeah, the ones that we sent. Nah. Oh, you ended up getting those made. Nice. Let's go. Ooh.
I'll be honest, I haven't watched anything that I would consider lower than B rank. No, that's not true. There's a couple that I started and stopped.
I was about to say there's a couple that's
Sure.
There you go. See? And see, here's another thing, Spud, because it's not too far off. If I were to go down there and pick you up, would you come up here to the con up here?
Where is here? I don't remember.
Alabama. I live right above you.
Oh shit. Okay.
I don't live far, so you could help run a booth if you want to.
I mean, don't expect me to walk or carry much.
I didn't say that. No. You're gonna be sitting in the booth. That's all I care about. We're gonna talk about our podcast and shit, dude.
Yeah, I could probably do that. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
I'm still a dad, so I got to make sure that my kid's taken care of.
I said if, because the Comic Con's been kind of weird here lately. I bought out an entire booth last year, so like they weren't having a good year, and I didn't run a booth there because I ran one a week previous, and I ended up buying a dude's entire booth out of nothing but anime stuff. Yeah, it just wasn't. He gave it all to me half off.
Oh shit! Okay.
So I said, "Fuck it, I'm down." So, what's next on the list? Hell yeah! Perfect.
Right. I think we have 8 minutes left. Can I talk about some other anime updates?
Ooh.
All right. Strongest Tank. The Strongest Tanks Labyrinth raids is still running strong. It's definitely.
It actually sped up.
It has sped up. It's doing a lot better. Not at all. Not at all. It's a completely different premise. Just because they both use shields, that's no. It's completely different.
So the shield hero has his premises on it, right? This one, he only keeps one shield. That's it. Just his one shield, and it has a max number of 9999 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's 9,999.
It's a completely different system. See, Banished from the Heroes Party Season 2 has been a little disappointing so far. But it does look like it's about to get better. That they've hinted at some things coming up, so we'll see. Yep. Shangri-La Frontier is still running very strong. Fucking love that one.
Yeah. But I mean, it's almost over though, because we got 24 episodes. It's on episode 17.
Yeah. So we're getting close to the end, but it's still running strong. Mm-hmm. Apothecary Diaries still running amazing. That is still my S tier slice of life. Mashal Season 2 it's getting better. It started off a little weak, but I think they're doing really well. Moonlit Fantasy, Tsukimochi Moonlit Fantasy Season 2, still disappointing, but it's about to get better because they're finally focusing on the character I give a shit about.
Correct.
Let's
Which I still
see.
don't understand why they kind of went that route, but whatever.
Seventh Time Loop, The Villainous Enjoys a Carefree Life. I've dumped that into D tier, and I probably won't finish that one.
Can I ask why?
It's an interesting premise, but
How far did you get?
episode 3.
See, I'm on episode. I'm caught up. I need to watch a new episode today, which is 6. So you got to episode 3.
Well, I watched through episode 3, but yeah.
It's okay.
You have to
in my
watch
opinion.
4, 5, and obviously 6 now, right?
I'd have that left, but I don't know if I want to. It's
what turned you off from 3?
It's boring.
I'm just curious.
It's
Because
boring.
see, I figured you were gonna say that, but episode 4 is not as boring. It starts to like pick up.
All right, on your recommendation, I will give it another try.
But hold on though, because that's why I'm trying to pinpoint what you didn't like. You said it was boring, right? Because I'm trying to remember episode 3. I'm looking at episode 3 right now. Like,
it's a romance story that I feel like has been done better in other animes.
Well, see, this is the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is okay. So this is this episode. I'm looking real quick at the end of episode 3 to see what the last thing you saw was, and this is like this is the dance at the ball, everything. And she started teaching people to. She picked up maids.
I feel like it's
this
been
is a
done
really
before
boring
and better.
Okay,
it picks up.
Try episode 4.
Yeah.
All right, like I said, I'll give it a shot.
The pace picks up around episode 4, but try episode 4. If you still don't like it after episode 4, you could drop it. But I think 4 might change your mind because I just looked at the end of 3. I can see why you would say that this is really boring because I forgot 3 is where she picks the maids at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
correct.
4 is where the tone change.
I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. I will hold off on my D tier.
I like that series though because it's
wrong way to use healing magic. Still going incredibly strong. Fucking love that one.
I thought the newest episode for that wasn't that bad actually recently.
It's still good to me.
Yeah,
it's maintained a very steady pace. I'm all here for it.
Is it 12 episodes though?
It's probably a 12, yeah. I don't hate it because of that.
2 seasons.
I don't either, but I think it's only 12
though. Unwanted Undead Adventure. I really hope that gets a second season because it looks
getting
so
into
fucking
that.
good.
Dude,
it's so good.
I've been getting into that. I just watched.
What episode are you on?
I'm on episode. Hold on, I'll tell you right.
Undead Unwanted. Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. It's a brand new premise.
Apothecary Diaries in my lives better than most of the. But still,
I'm on episode 6.
Okay, so yeah, you're caught up then.
Yeah,
I didn't watch 6 yet, but yeah.
Oh, okay. 6 is a great episode. Highly recommend. The Weakest Tamer begins a journey to pick up trash.
It's still sad.
It's sad as hell, but I love it.
No,
I just started. Okay,
she got the cat.
Oh yeah,
have you seen the last episode?
5, yeah.
Yeah, the cat, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to know how strong that bitch is.
Well, yeah, it's getting so good, but still so sad.
Her slime is insane. Her slime is insane. A healer, insane.
Oh, I've got one more. The Demon Prince of Momochi House started off good. It's a decent premise, but it got really boring really fast. So you can try it if you like. I don't recommend it. That's my last one.
Okay.
Come back or else.
Or else. Deadly. Whoa! Time out! Yeah.
No, I was thinking like at worst we'll hack their anime accounts and make it so like every sports anime is the only ones they can see.
Ooh, the bad ones only.
The bad ones. The bad ones.
Yeah.
That would be funny too.
Or as ringtones. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
You know exactly what's wrong with that. We've all seen it. We all know.
I still like it. Yes, you got it right.
Man.
Yes, that was good too. I like both of those. I like both of those.
We'll make it so every time you're in public, redo of Healer starts playing from your phone.
You'll go to jail immediately,
Straight to jail.
straight to prison.
Uncut, unseen.
All right, now we're at time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd argue with him, but I agree with him. So that's a
Okay,
little different.
that ends it. Just